A special board meeting of the Board of Trustees at Judson ISD will be held on June 7, 2016, beginning at 9 a.m. We will establish a quorum. Mr. Macias?
Present and welcome.
Mr. LaFoyle?
Present, welcome.
Mr. Salinas?
Present. Good morning and welcome everybody.
Mr. Shaw?
Present, good morning.
Dr. Salinas?
Good morning.
And Steve Salyer, I'm president of the board. We have a couple of things to do on the first meeting before we start the hearing. Consider and take action regarding approving minutes of the regular board meeting held, let's do citizens to be heard first, since that's what everybody wants. I'm sorry. This time is provided for citizens to address the board on issues or concerns. A person may speak one time for a period of 3 minutes. The presentation shall be informative only. No board action will be taken. A complaint or charge against an officer or employee of the district is not allowed in open session. Complaints and concerns for which other resolution channels are provided shall be directed through those channels. The presiding officer shall determine whether a person who wishes to address the board has attempted to solve a matter administratively. If not, the person shall be directed to the appropriate policy to seek resolution before bringing the matter to the board at another meeting. Citizens wishing to receive a response from concerns presented to the board must provide written documentation. The board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda posted with notice meeting. And you'll have 3 minutes. Mr. England.
Dr. Montoya, members of the Judson Board of Trustees, good morning. I'm Tom England. I live at 607 Balboa Drive in Universal City. As most of you are aware, I have taught in the Judson ISD for the last 17 years. I will not belabor the issue of the renaming of the new high school on Evans Road. I believe my reasons are well known, as I've addressed the board several times in the past. I only ask that you, without hesitation, rename the new high school in the interest of the students that attend there. However, I will caution you, seeing how I teach high school and I know how high school students think, it may not be in the best interest of the athletic teams at Judson Veterans High School to be known as Judson JV. I know how students think. You might want to think about that one before you decide to name it Veterans High School. But in any case, I implore you, rename the high school. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Daniel Plante? Daniel Plant?
Thank you for your time. I would like to follow him. I thought I was in front of him because I got here so early, but the main thing is I'm 98% for the name change. I'm 2% for Mackey. If you guys want to name a school Mackey, JECA sounds like a great program. I think they have 97 students that want to go to college. But the main thing is Veterans Memorial. I was thinking Veterans United to bring everyone together, because as the military, they have to be united when they go into a fight. They have to be united to go fight for our country and keep our freedom. But, I already talked about United, so I don't want to keep going on that. But the main thing is these kids, red, white, and blue, it doesn't matter what color. The main thing is this school, that high school, Galen Eloff Elementary, he did 20-something years as superintendent. Gentleman did 7 years. So to make a long story short, all I know is being a former student, kindergarten, all the way through my senior year, and then a former employee to be talked down to, I just believe in exactly what y'all are trying to do, changing the school name. That's it.
Thank you. Miss Leanne Bergersen. Miss Bergersen.
High school board members, hello Judson Independent School District community. I'm Leanne Bergersen. I live in this community, and I'm also a 1900 graduate of Judson High School. I was one of these folks that voted against the Mackey name. I was also one of these folks who voted no in the school bond election on Proposition number 3. But now I am one of these folks who is for the name of Veterans Memorial High School. I want to say that this school district has had a rollicking school year this year. I mean, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but always staying ahead of the game. I'm here to have all of you to consider the renaming of the new high school, the Veterans Memorial High School. VMHS, I like the sound of that. I don't know if you do, but I do. I want to have everybody participate with me on this. Everybody raise your hand if you're a vet or know a vet in this room. Well, there you go, everybody. This would be a school named after you and for someone you know, not just for a particular individual. Wouldn't it be wonderful to listen to the news and hear them say, well, the Veteran Memorial Patriots just beat Steele 50-0. And then also reading the newspaper, the Veteran Memorial Patriots marching band just won state UIL sweepstakes. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I like the ring of that, everybody. And also, follow me again on this. P-A-R-I-O-T-S, what's that spell? Patriots. One more time. P-A-R-I-O-T-S, what's that spell? Patriots. Go Patriots. And you go, school board members, and let's try to have a unanimous vote on the name Veterans Memorial High School, VMHS. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rick Moss. Rick?
Good morning, school board. Dr. Montoya, nice to meet you finally. Haven't been around here. I've watched y'all on all the videos. See what y'all do, what y'all need to be chastised about, and what to be praised about. One of the things that the community looked at and said, wow, naming of the new high school. After a superintendent who's been here 7 years, gets paid big bucks to do his job. Not the best choice. I was one of those that said, no, what are they thinking? Gosh, change it. Y'all didn't. Comes the bond issue. You have a whole lot of educators out there that supported all the other issues. Instead of sending that message out to you, vote them all down. A whole lot of educators said, we need this other stuff. Send them a message, now change this. Y'all sold the first bond issue about the high school, about we're going to build a high school and an elementary school. Not all the way true. We're going to build a partial high school. We're going to come back when we need the rest of the money to finish it out. So it's not even open yet, and you need money to build it, to finish it. It's okay, but listen to your constituents out here. They want you to change it. Listen to the news and everything else out there, and it always says Veterans Memorial. That's what it's going to be changed to. Have nothing against the military. My dad was in the military. My dad, his plane went down in '74, a C-130 in Guam. Utmost respect for our military. The lady said, wouldn't it be nice to hear Veterans Memorial beat Steele? It won't. Steele. It's not Steele, it's Byron Steele. It's not Samuel Clemens, it's Clemens. It's not Winston Churchill, it's Churchill. The school will be named Memorial. There's already one in San Antonio. There's other people out there that are deserving of that name. Several people that come to mind just off the top of my head. Parsley, longtime principal for Judson High School. Everyone knows him. Anyone know who started Project Graduation at Judson? Bonnie Schultz. Spent a lot of time on that. Probably kept a lot of people from getting out there and getting in trouble on graduation night. Clarence Alberts, another one who went out there and just helped out every student he could. The list goes on and on, folks. There's not a rush to make this change. The change needs to be made, but I think that Veterans Memorial, they're going to be called by Memorial. There's already one in San Antonio. I implore you to change the name. I was one of the ones that sat up there in your spot, Mr. Sawyer, and said, we're not going to get out of here until we get a 7-0 vote to bring that man in here because he sold us a bill of goods that's going to say he's going to be the best thing for us. Change the name, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. 3, consider consent items. Consider and take action regarding approving the minutes of the regular board meeting held on May 19th, 2016. Do I have a motion? Motion, Mr. Foyle, second, Mr. Salinas. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Discussion and consider action items. Proposed name change for the Willis R. Mackey High School to Veterans Memorial High School. Can I have a motion? Motion, second. Any discussion?
Yes.
Ms. Bashaw?
Okay. I asked about a week or so ago for a cost estimate. I haven't been given that answer yet, but the question was, what is the cost to have what's already been installed in the school, the name on the front of the school, taking it down? How much would that cost to have all of that removed? Do you have an answer, Dr. Montoya?
Yes. Again, members of the board, of the 64.4 million on the phase 1, what we call branding, that's really the phrase that's used for naming a school. We've spent about $17,000 for that process right now. And again, it's an estimate, so to replace the name, it would be about approximately the same, probably a little bit higher.
Has there been any consideration made, Dr. Montoya, for having that name onto another one of the elementaries that is supposed to be built and opened on that side of town?
And again, members of the board, that would be a decision as we get into the actual building of the 2 elementaries. As a board, if you direct us to do that, that is a possible option.
I'd like to request that that be an item on a future agenda.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone else? Mr. Foyle?
I'm one of the persons that put this back on the agenda. The reason I did it, I thought about the children. They're the ones hurting. None of you people are hurting. The children are the ones that's hurting. We got on this board for one reason: education of our children. We've lost sight of this. We need to go back where we started and reemphasize that we are here for the children, not the bickering, not all the other stuff that goes on. What's a name? A name is nothing. But I am going for Veterans Memorial Hospital. Thank you.
Anyone else? Sir, go right ahead.
I just want to take a moment to thank my colleague, Mr. LaFoyle and Mr. Sellier, for putting this back on the agenda. And obviously, I believe that the intent is to reunite our community. I appreciate all of the community engagement regarding this matter and your activism. I mean, it's been continuous since day one. So that really says a lot. It tells our board that there's a lot of people in the community that care about this issue. It's an important one. So as we move forward, I just want to go on record telling my colleagues, thank you. Appreciate it. It's back on the agenda.
Anyone else? Is that it? We will vote. We'll have a tally vote. Go ahead and vote. Okay. We're waiting. No, well, okay, here's it is. Melinda Salinas is voting in Mr. Flores' spot because she's now vice president. So, Jackie, got that? Okay. Motion carries 5-1. The high school is renamed Veterans Memorial High School. This meeting's adjourned at 9:15. We'll do 5 minutes and come right back, okay?